Over the past century, Rose Hills has created a place for remembering. On our tended lawns and inside our beautiful chapels, diverse communities of families and friends come to honor their loved ones. Every foundation we lay, every tree we plant is for them, ensuring that Rose Hills will continue to be a community legacy. Since its founding, Rose Hills has fostered excellence in design, architecture, and memorialization. The Whittier Heights Mausoleum was completed in 1917. Designers used crystal, gold leaf lettering, and Italian marble. El Portal de la Paz was inspired by California's early Spanish mission era. The ceilings were hand-painted by Heinsberg & Decorating Company, whose work adorns many other landmark buildings throughout Southern California. A remarkable example of mid-century modern style, Hillside Chapel was designed by the famed Los Angeles architectural firm Albert C. Martin and Associates. Its front facade, bearing 22-foot high windows, faces east to greet the dawn. Also designed by Albert C. Martin and Associates, Memorial Chapel was completed in 1964. 3 trademark spires rise 90 feet high, facing west, east, and north to the San Gabriel Mountains. Set atop a sheltered hill, Sky Rose Chapel bears a majestic grace. Built of wood, glass, and stone, it offers expansive views evoking inspiration and reflection. Completed in 1997, Sky Rose Chapel is the largest chapel designed by celebrated architect Fay Jones and his partner Maurice Jennings. Meticulously built, the chapel exemplifies Jones's use of line, light, and shadow. A student of Frank Lloyd Wright, Jones believed that design should follow function. In Sky Rose, Jones created a multi-level chapel. The top level houses the Voice of Sky Rose, a 4-manual pipe organ of nearly 4,000 new and restored pipes. As North America's largest memorial park, we are privileged to serve the diverse population that shapes the character of the greater Los Angeles area. Our commitment to honoring the distinct religious and cultural traditions of our communities is reflected throughout our grounds. Our terraces and gardens pay close attention to the principles of feng shui. Each year in early April, hundreds of family members return to Rose Hills for Qingming, a Chinese festival honoring departed loved ones. Built in partnership with the Greek Orthodox Memorial Foundation, St. Nicholas Chapel was completed in 2006. Its walls and ceilings are hand-painted in a Byzantine style. La Loma de la Madre Grotto depicts the story of Our Lady of Guadalupe. According to tradition, the Virgin Mary appeared to Juan Diego in 1531 on the hill of Tepeyac near Mexico City. The path that leads to the grotto symbolizes the pilgrimage made by millions every year. Mission Hills celebrates California's mission heritage. Its two mausoleums are named for Mission San Juan Capistrano and Mission San Gabriel. The tiled steps are a replica of the steps that lead to the top of the hill where the Virgin Mary appeared to Juan Diego. According to tradition, Mary asked him to take Castilian roses to the bishop to prove her apparition was real. The Buddhist Columbarium is the largest Buddhist pagoda in the United States. Its 3 stories are supported by crimson pillars, replicating the architecture of ancient Chinese palaces. Surrounding sculptures illustrate the Buddhist Eightfold Path to enlightenment. Carousel Babyland is an area dedicated to remembering young children. Topiaries of animals and their young welcome visitors to this special area. Lake of the Roses signifies Rose Hill's commitment to all people. The arched bridge leads to an azumaya, or meditation house. The stone snow lanterns were imported from Japan. Memorial Wall was inspired by the Vietnam War Memorial in Washington, D.C. The gardens were added in 1971. They feature a sundial and sculpture called Celestial Way by Tom Van Sant. Rose Hills is home to an array of wildlife. Continuing a tradition of stewardship, Rose Hills has partnered with the Audubon Society to provide shelter and nesting places for the western bluebird. All the water used in our fountains and landscaping is recycled. Gravity Hill is an optical illusion. It's hard to tell which way leads up. The Pageant of Roses Garden was opened in 1959. Today, it features more than 600 varieties of roses. Sycamore Lake is the centerpiece of Sycamore Valley. The footbridge bears the eponymous sycamore leaf. The Masonic Memorial Lawn opened in 1951 as the first fraternal lawn at Rose Hills. Memorials throughout Rose Hills honor the lives of brave and pioneering individuals. They are important reminders that these individuals will not be forgotten. On Memorial Day 1921, the Whittier Women's Club unveiled the World War I monument to a crowd of hundreds. The Arch of Freedom Memorial marks an area set aside for veterans and their families. The Lakeview monuments honor the legacy of each branch of the United States military, giving thanks to those who have served. Rose Hills received the Dignity Memorial Vietnam Wall, a three-quarter scale traveling replica of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. The replica was inscribed with the names of more than 58,000 servicemen and women who died or went missing in Vietnam. In 2011, Rose Hills commemorated the 10th anniversary of 9/11. We planted and dedicated a calorie pear tree, the same species as the one tree that survived the 9/11 attacks. For 100 years, we have offered Rose Hills as a place to come together in remembrance and celebration. We remain committed to the individuals and groups we serve. We will continue to grow to meet their changing needs, both as caretaker and visionary of a remarkable landscape. For the past century, these rose-colored hills have given us a place to honor, celebrate, reflect, and remember. Here is where we will continue to serve our families and communities, preserving what has become a community legacy.